Hello teachers and classmates. Today we will be presenting to you our presentation about 10 facts about the end and aftermath of World War I.
After World War I, the Austro-Hungarian Empire was dissolved by several factors. Among those reasons, there was the fact that Austrians and Hungarians did not even make up half of the Austro-Hungarian population, so the country was torn between different peoples who sought independence. There was also agricultural struggles and an economic crisis, so the Austro-Hungarian monarchy collapsed in 1918. Italian fascism. Mussolini rose to power as a dictator from his support from the Italian public for his fascist ideals. Mussolini toppled the Italian government and eventually had control over the entirety of Italy. He then made an alliance with fascist Germany. Treaty of Neuilly-sur-Seine. After the defeat of the Central Powers, Bulgaria was left with not a lot of bargaining power. Having been on the losing side, Bulgaria was completely neutralized by the Treaty of Neuilly-sur-Seine. The treaty implied Bulgaria would have to give an amount of its territories to Greece and Yugoslavia, which made Bulgaria lose its access to the Aegean Sea and lose 300,000 people who inhabited the territory. It was restricted to an army of only 20,000 soldiers and had to pay war reparations to the Allies.
My first topic is the US profits thanks to the war. The US had grown accustomed to the war and thus started to replace those European factories that sold weapons, supplies, and food, etc. to the countries in war. The US was now the main supplier, which led to my next topic, the US economic boom. The US economy exploded and it became one of the biggest powers, being the supplier and not only factoring but selling supplies for the war. US became one of the biggest, if not the single biggest, economic power at the time, which led to my third topic, the US Golden Age, or Golden Age. The US has peaked in many times. This was one of them, and one of the times called the US Golden Age, right after the US won the war and gained a lot of profit from it and became an economic power. The US was shining. Although this didn't last long, because as we know, the Great Depression came where the rich people had a lot of money and the poor had nothing.
The aftermath of the Russian Civil War was that the White Movement, or provisional government, was no longer the official government of Russia, and it was the Bolshevik movement. The Bolsheviks won, and it was the first communist state in the world. The Treaty of Versailles was the treaty that signed a peace with the Second Reich, or German Empire, at the end of the Great War. It cancelled the Treaty of Brest-Litovsk that gave almost absolute control to the German Empire and gave all colonial possessions of the German Empire to the Entente or Allies. It also gave Alsace-Lorraine to France and most of their eastern mainland of the German Empire, like Danzig, to a newly formed state of Poland.
The Ottoman Empire was reparted between France and Britain and short-lived Arab state to the south. The partition of the Middle East was that France got Lebanon, Syria, Britain, Palestine, Jordan, and Iraq, so this will have repercussions in the future.